Well, we've been trying and we're going to continue to try, that's for sure. We're going to go back to work and we're going to discuss the situation, but you can't continue to spot 2 goals in the first period. We started cheating again on the backside of people. We stopped giving up our F3 and they started getting some shots from it. The chances by our marks were 8-8, but you have all the good intentions, and I think the guys wanted to, there was a lot of talk about not scoring, so I think that's got into their head, and I told them between periods, you can't cheat to get back into it. You got to stay on course with getting your opportunities. At the end of the day, they're up by 2. Maybe that's the reason why, teams are sitting on their leads a little bit, but why we ended up with more chances, because I think we had 29-19 or 29-18, 28-18, something around there. But when teams are up, it's natural sometimes that, the other team gets more. But we can't spot that. We got to stay on course. We got to play hard, and we cheated in a couple areas and gave them some momentum in that situation. We didn't contain some of their forwards down low, and I thought they had some offensive zone time, but there was the intentions were there.
Peter, it almost looks like when you fall behind that the players are all looking around the ice for somebody to come along and save the day. Are you getting that same sense?
Well, I get the sense like there's a big letdown, and there's right away I'm talking on the bench and telling them to just go right back to work and go right back at them. Don't let this bother you. Don't let it go in any negativity out there. You have to. It's a 60-minute game, and you can't let one event, whether a bad call, an injury, a goal, affect you. And right now, we're reading it. We know that we haven't scored a lot in the last 4 games, 1 goal. We know that we haven't won, so I think the guys' intentions are there, but there's a certain way to play, and, we have to stick to that, and we're going to find ways to get some goals. We had some great chances again. Chances are only a stat. The only thing that really matters at the end of the day are wins and losses.
Peter, I know it's your first year here, but all 3 players we spoke with said it feels like the past where they've had these long losing runs. I mean, is there anything you can do, you think, to break that mentality? Or is that still ingrained now?
Well, I'm not going to let negativity step into that room. I'm going to make them stand up, and I'm going to make them go stand up and go harder. And I'm going to make them nobody's heads are going to be down, and nobody's lips are going to be dragging on the ground. There's no way that's going to happen. There's no way to move forward with any kind of negativity inside that room. They're going to have to stand up, face the music, and go that much harder and work their way out of it. There's no easy way out of times like this. And they're going to have some conviction and some resolve. And it's going to be hard. I think we should embrace that challenge to say we have to get it done.
Do you ever consider turning them loose again?
Wait, Shinny?
What's that?
What do you mean turning them loose?
Well, in terms of, playing a more wide open style, because obviously playing one side of the puck this last little while hasn't worked for them either, and, maybe it's better to be bad and exciting than bad and not exciting. I don't know. I mean, do you ever think of turning them loose?
No. No, I don't think any of the top teams, any of the good teams in the league play that way. And if you want to start something, if you want to get a mindset, if you want to start playing a certain way, you have to play hard defense and attack the net in the other end. When you play defense, doesn't mean you don't play offense. Offense is right there. Nothing changes with the offense. It's just that you're competing harder in other areas. You're playing a certain way. Teams that score a lot of goals, Chicago has one of the lowest goals against in the league. All those teams in the West that are the big physical teams that play well and score a lot of goals, they're all also the best defensive teams. There's a certain way to play in the playoffs and to win championships. And if you're going to start a culture of winning, you have to play hard and solid D. Doesn't mean you stop scoring goals.